Hello, Sarah.
Hi, Dylan. I joined the wrong class earlier. I think I went to the 5 till 7 and no one there.
That's okay. Even that you are the first one in the class.
Okay, it's all right then.
Yeah.
How are you?
Good. Yourself?
Yes, I'm good, thank you.
Yeah. How many classes have you had today?
This is the first one and then the next one.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Normally, for my classes, we only have 5 to 7, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And then Wednesday is the double classes.
Yeah.
3 to 5 and 5 to 7.
Yeah, great. Do you work at the daytime?
Yes, I do work. At the moment, I have a day off on Wednesday, which is good because if I would work on Wednesday, I would miss this class and then probably join the next one. But at the moment, yeah, I have a day off on Wednesday. So
Awesome.
yeah.
So, since it's just you and me, I think I'll probably wait for a few more minutes.
Yeah, no worries.
At least we'll get like 5 students, then we can get started.
Yes, that's fine.
Hello, New Way. Hi.
Hello, teacher.
Hi, how's it going?
Good,
How are
thank
you? Good?
Yes, thank you.
Nice. Hi, Can.
Hi, teacher.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. How about you?
Not bad, not bad.
Ah,
Okay, now we get 3. Quite a big class.
Be back anyway. Just get the water while we're waiting.
Hi, Ben. Hi, Ben, can you hear me? Ben, I think I'm not sure if that's your microphone or something. I can't hear you clearly. And Ben, would you mind turning on your camera?
yeah.
Yep. Nice. Okay. We're gonna wait for 1 more minute. Just make sure everybody can follow. Okay, I'm not going to wait. Let's get started. So, in the last 2 weeks, we have learned how to make requests through writing letters. And now, this week, we're going to learn something new. But before that, let's revise the 8 steps to writing. It's important to always keep that in mind because no matter what the type of the letter it is, you need to follow the steps. It shows a good structure for you to convey or express the information. Let's say it's not just for writing. It's even good for you to follow the structure when you're talking. For example, when you are showing your opinion, you are even arguing with someone, it's good that you follow this step because first, you start with your main purpose. then you explain, then you want to close it up. So it's always good for people to express information, no matter what form it is. Okay, so first, let's have a look at the 8 steps to writing. Sarah, do you remember what's the first step?
Introduction.
Yeah,
I'll give it a guess.
yeah, good. Well, we call it the opening.
Okay.
Opening.
Yeah.
Yeah. And next one, can I get Can to tell us the second step?
The second step is the background.
The background. The background.
Or the purpose.
Okay, just a moment. I think my keyboard's all right, sorry, just a second, because it's funny that my why is the G not working? It's stuck. All right, finally. Yes, that's the background, or we could call it the information, the general information. Great, thank you, Ken. And next, Niue. Sorry.
Yes,
Niue,
teacher.
can you? Yeah, information, right. Good job. Information. Well, we'll say information A and information B if you have 2 pieces of information. This is what you want to write. And next one, Bayu.
Yes.
Yeah, Bayu, sir. Why did you change your name? That's your family name?
Request.
I mean, your Zoom account. Your name looks different. Like it's just this. You can see that.
Yes.
Yeah. Is this your last name?
Mahardika.
Can you
Oh,
see
sorry,
this?
sorry. I want to change my name. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
My cousin.
Okay. You share the same account. Yeah. Awesome. So, Bayu, can you tell us the 5th step to writing?
First step.
So we got number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. What's number 5?
Number 4 is request or suggestion.
Request. Yeah, that's the request. If you have some request, this is where you mention it. Okay. Next one. Sutor, you're here?
Hello. Yes.
Yeah, are you driving right now this time?
No, I stay at my workplace.
Are you home now?
In my workplace.
Workplace. Okay, that's fine. Is that okay for you to turn on your camera?
In my workplace, that's not convenient to like a.
That's fine.
About that.
That's fine. I understand. So now we are going through the 8 steps to writing, and so far we have finished 5 of them. Can you tell me what's the 6th step? Sutor?
Closing.
Yes, that's right. Close. Or we say signal close. So that's where you tell people you are about to finish. right? Signal close doesn't mean the ending words like best wishes or something like that. It's the last words you want to say. For example, if you say, look forward to hearing from you, or I wish you could grant my request. So this is this where you round off your letter. Okay, next one, we get Carol. Hi, Carol.
Hi, teacher.
How are you doing today?
Yes, I'm fine.
Right. Okay. We are just revising the 8 steps to writing. So now it's step 7. We get opening, background, information B, request, signal close. What is the next one?
Close.
Close. That's right. Close means that you use some short phrases like best wishes, yours sincerely, yeah, the short phrases that you finish the letter. Last one. Andrea. Hi, Andrea.
Hi, Miss.
Hi. Are you outside?
Mister.
Yeah, that's fine. I know you're used to saying miss. We have lots of misses.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. Are you outside?
Yes.
Yeah, you're walking to home?
Yes, Miss. Yes, Mister.
Yeah. Okay. Do you know what's the last step to writing?
Writing. No.
The last one? What do you write at the end?
Oh my God. I know. Understand.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine. You can listen to somebody else. Thank you, Andrea.
Okay, Mister. Yes.
Yeah, and the first thing you need to be careful is your safety. So it's fine that you don't follow. Make sure you walk safely. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Can I get, let me see, Nue? What's the last step?
Sorry, teacher.
What's the final one?
I don't know, teacher.
You don't know? Okay, what do you write? Like, who's writing this letter?
The person who write the letter, the name.
Yes, that's the name. So technically, anyway, we call it the signature. So you sign your name, signature. You write your name. And when it comes to the paragraphs in the letter, that will look like this. Opening comes with a comma. Then you start a new paragraph. Here, the background information. And then the information A, information B, and request. Then signal close, and the closing phrases, and the signature. So this is what it would look like. I believe that you're not unfamiliar with it. So this is the 8 steps to writing. You don't have to follow each step for every topic. It depends on what you write, but this is a general structure you can use. And now we're going to revise the expressions we have learned the last time. The first one, Sarah, can I get you to read this sentence here?
Would it be a good idea to, or if?
Yes, thank you, Sarah. And Sarah, can you tell me when would we probably say it in writing a letter?
You offer a suggestion when you request something and you suggest the idea.
Excellent. It's about suggestion. Would it be a good idea? So that means your suggestion, in your opinion, might be a good idea, right? Would it be a good idea to, postpone my exam? Would it be a good idea to try more? Would it be a good idea if I make it there earlier? So this is when you make a suggestion. And next one, Carol, can I get you to read this?
The situation is that
Yeah, thank you. Carol, can you tell us when will we probably use this expression?
maybe when you explain something.
Exactly, to explain something. Explain, right? It's usually when you usually use that to start a complicated situation. So it's not something you just said, I was late because my alarm clock wasn't working. That's very simple. You don't need to use this expression. But if the situation is really complicated, you need one sentence or two sentences or even more to explain the situation. This is a good starter for you. You can say the situation is that blah, blah, blah. The situation is that I have been sick for a month. The situation is that I'm not available at the moment. So yeah, these are the two expressions we have learned last time. All right, right now I'm going to have half of the class to give us some examples by using the expression 1, and half of the class write a sentence with expression 2. So the first half will get value, Carol, Andrea, if possible, I mean, Sutor.
Yes, mister.
Nothing. It's just that are you home there?
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. If you can type, if you can make a sentence with the expression 1, please type it. Please put it in the chat box. And the second half, we have Karen, Sarah, anyway. Have I got everybody? I think so. 1, 2, 3. Wait, no. Oh, yeah, that's everybody. Yeah. So value, Carol, Andrea, Sutor, you're going to use expression 1 and put it in the chat box. Can, Sarah, Niue, you're going to use expression 2 and put it in the chat box, please. Yep, so I can check serums. The situation was that my car had broke down on my way to class. You could just say my car was broken on my way to the class. Yeah, because you're going to the class.
So my car
Um,
was broken
Yeah, my car was broken.
on my way to the class. Yep, thank you.
Because how do I explain this? Okay, the word to break, it's something you do actively. So you can, so this is a box. You can punch the box to break it. So you break the box.
Okay.
If you say the car break or broke, it sounds like the car is alive. It breaks something. Yeah, so it is broken. It is broken. Yeah.
Yep.
And for can, the situation is that I have been sick for a month, so I could not finish homework. That's good. Can actually used our context from last week to explain something happened at the college or university. Good. And also I want to say that can your punctuation here, that's perfect. You are careful with the comma using. So when we use so or and or but, these kind of conjunctions, we need a comma before it. So that's good. Perfect.
Thank you.
And yeah. Sutor, would it be a good idea if you give me one more chance? Yeah, that's good. That's good, Sutor. Again, Sutor used our example of the context from last week. But just one thing, you need to make a change. That's the if you give me one more chance to sit the exam again. Sit exam means to attend the exam, to do the test. Does that make sense, Sutor?
Yes.
Yeah, to sit the exam again. That's good. And otherwise, that's really good example. Hi, George. Hello. How are you today? George, I think your microphone is not working properly. I can't hear at all. Maybe you could get a pair of headphones. No, it's not working. That's fine. That's fine. If it doesn't work, you can you don't have to talk. Just listen to the class, and when it comes to writing task, you can just put your answer in the chat box. Okay. Next we got Carol's. Would it be a good idea if you could send out this document for me? Good. That's a good one. Good example, Carol. Is anyone else trying? Baju, how's yours work going?
The right.
Almost done? Okay, everybody, one more minute, then we'll have to move on to the next section. Don't worry if you haven't finished it, because that's just for you to recap. And you can also read the examples from the others in the class and get some ideas. Okay, anyways, the situation is that I can't go to work because I have fever. I have fever with my colleague. Anyway, did you mean that you were like infected by the colleague? So your colleague was sick first, then you get sick. Is that what you mean? Or what do you mean with my colleague?
I use the taxi.
Sorry, can you say that again?
I use translate. I'm not sure.
Okay. All right. I think maybe you mean that you got fever, you were sick because of your colleague. Yeah, that would probably be better. But overall, that's the first half is fine. I can't go to work. The situation is that I can't go to work because blah blah. So the idea, the total idea is fine. That's proper way to use the expression. The situation is that. So that's good. That's good. Anyway, good try. Okay, now we're going to move on. The last part we're going to revise, which links to today's new content, is the types of writing or types of letters. Types of letters. Baju, can you tell us one of the type? The types of letters. What types of letters do you know?
Types.
Totally, there are three of them.
Oh, formal letters.
Yeah, good. Thank you, Baju. Carol, can you name another type of letter?
Semi-formal.
Semi-formal. Yes. And can you name the last one?
The last one is informal letter.
Yeah, informal letter. Good, thank you. So, formal, semi-formal, informal. Formal means that you are serious. And especially, so serious about something. You're writing to people you don't know much. Let's say not much. Maybe you know a little bit. You have heard of him or something. But anyways, that's unfamiliar people. That's what it means by formal letters. People you don't know. And you want to be respectful. And semi-formal, again, you still want to be respectful, but it might be people you know a bit. For example, such as teachers, right? You might, if you write a letter to teacher, it's semi-formal, not that much formal, but you still need to be respectful. And then the last one, it's informal. I wouldn't say that's not serious, but you are writing to people you know so much. Or you're writing to, let's say, familiar people, such as friends or relatives. This is the example. And last time we also revised some language used in the formal letters. And we brought 3 ideas. They are contraction, slang, and tag question. And just to save time, I'm going to quickly tell you what they are. Contraction means the short ways to write words. For example, when you say do not, the short way is don't. And when it comes to will not, it will say won't. I am, I'm. Check what George said. That's okay, George.
¿Quién? ¿Níger? ¿Níger
I
es el
can hear
viejito?
you right now,
¿Estuvo
George.
bien? Sí.
Hi,
Sí,
George.
marica.
George, can you hear me? Okay, all fine. All right. And next one, slang. Slang can be the verbal language when you speak, right? It can be, for example, when you say relax, you don't say relax, you say chill, for example. I'm chilling with my friends. That's a slang. And tag question is that you are pretty sure about something, but you want to confirm. For example, you are from Japan, aren't you? For example, you're from Japan, aren't you? You know that this person is from Japan, for example, but you just want to make sure that it's true. Or let's say you're just 95% sure. So this is when you ask the tag questions. Okay, now, can you tell us, do we use contraction in the formal letters?
Informal?
No, in the formal letters.
No.
No, we don't. Thank you. And next one, Sarah, do we use slang in formal letters?
No.
No, we don't. And Niue, do we use tag questions in the formal letters? Like, you're from Japan, aren't you? Do we use these kinds of questions in formal letters?
No,
No, we don't. Yes,
I'm
that's
not
right.
from Japan.
Right. Thank you, Niue. Thank you, everybody. That's right. Again, when we write formal letters, we want to be respectful as much as possible. So we don't use these languages or spelling in it. But today, we're going to learn about informal letters. So again, let's talk about contractions, slang, and tag questions. What do you think? Do you think we can use contraction in formal letters?
Yes.
Yes, we can. That's right. Yes. And Baju, do you think we can use slang in the formal letters?
Yes.
Sorry, informal letters.
Yes.
Yes, we can. Carol, do you think we can use tag questions in informal letters?
Yes.
Yes, we can. Right. But of course, you can use it, but you're not limited. So you could say, I don't like. You could say, I don't like it. But you can also say, I do not like it. It's up to you. You're free to write whatever you want in informal letters because you're writing to people who you are familiar with. So they don't mind your language. Well, as long as that's appropriate. So what I meant by yes, that's you can use them, but it's definitely not that strict. You can use any forms you want. Okay, now we're going to read. Not read. Going to switch. Okay, everybody, can you access this sample here? If you cannot, that's fine. You can just look at my screen here. Now, can I, okay, I think that it's better if I just put it in the file here. Now, Sarah, can I get you to read the first 2 paragraphs here?
Dear Gary, hope you are doing well. I'm doing fine. Though my life is quite hectic at the moment because, as you know, I am moving interstate and there are heaps of things to do.
Yep, thank you, Sarah. Now, Bayu, do you think this is a formal letter or informal letter?
Number 2.
It's actually, everything is in one letter. How does it feel? Does it feel like writing to people you know or writing to people you don't know? Just look at the first 2 paragraphs. Dear Gary, hope you're doing well. I'm doing fine, though my life is quite hectic at the moment because, as you know, I'm moving interstate and there are heaps of things to do.
Maybe formal.
So this is an informal, not very serious letter.
Informal.
Yeah, that's informal. Informal.
Hope you are doing well.
And Bayu, can you find any contraction in the first 2 paragraphs here?
Contraction is
Such as don't. The short ways.
And I don't know this.
Okay, see this one. I'm. What does I'm stand for?
I am.
I'm stands for I am. I am. So this is a short way to write I am. You see, you can use contraction.
I am doing fine.
Yes, right. See, that's an informal because it uses contraction.
Oh yes, I understand.
Yeah, is that clear?
Yes.
Awesome. But just like what I said, you don't have to keep using contractions. As you can see, I am moving interstate. So it's up to you. It's up to you. Okay. We also use some informal vocabulary in the informal letters. For example, heaps.
Heaps.
Does anyone know what's the meaning of heaps?
Very or a lot.
Yes.
Yes. What is that, Ken?
Heaps means like a lot.
Yes. So heaps means a lot. A lot or many. So heaps is an informal way. Don't use heaps in formal writing. Heaps could means the same. I think it's more like Australian and British slang. Yeah. I don't think American or North American people use that. They don't, not many people use it. Yeah, as I was saying, the slang. We could use slang in the informal letters. Right. And what else? Tag question. I don't think there's any tag question here. That's fine.
Yeah.
And let's just move on.
Number 3.
So this is just for you to have a general idea about what it is. And now we're going to learn 2 new expressions today. First one, it's writing writing about suggestion. And you must be familiar with this. I think it would be a good idea too, or if. So, well, we used this expression in the formal letters, but it's kind of generic. You can use in both formal and informal. It's always be careful with your words when you're giving suggestions. I think it would be a good idea too, or if. For example, you could tell your friends, okay, it's just, I think it would be a good idea. Okay, I'm just going to use some authentic conversation. Giving a suggestion to your friends. Has anyone had any suggestions like that? Like your friends, no matter, let's say girls or guys, complain about their partner. So you say, I think it would be a good idea to just break up with them. Yeah, he's a bad guy. Don't be fooled. It's a good idea, just break up with them or with her, whatever. Or you could say, I think it would be a good idea if you get up early. Yeah, imagine when you get a friend who always stayed up late, watch shows, drink, or whatever, and you're giving a suggestion to, I mean, like, I don't mean to judge this routine, but maybe someone wants to give a suggestion about living more healthily. This is what you might want to say, right? I think it would be a good idea if you get up early and go for jogging. Yeah. So this is how you use this expression. Now I'm going to get everybody some time to use this expression. Yeah, but remember, when we were revising this expression here, would it be a good idea? This is a question, right? And you are referring to the formal context, the formal information. And this time, remember, you are writing to your friends or people you are familiar with. So the content here should be very daily, like day-to-day conversation. Okay, now everybody, you get 3 minutes to use this expression and make a sentence. Put your answer in the chat box, please. Hi, Marina. I just noticed you're here.
Hello.
Hi, how's it going?
Yes, everything's all right.
Good.
But I might be go early, but I will try to access with the graph class as well, because I'm at work, and maybe I will leave this class early a little bit.
Yeah. Are you coming for the next class? Red?
Yes, I want.
Have you got better? I think you were sick last week, right?
Yes, I was sick. Now much better. I feel already almost normal.
Great. That's good
Thank you
to
so
hear.
much. Yes, nice to hear it too.
All right. And Dizzy? Hi, Dizzy.
Hello, teacher. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Yeah. Are you home right now?
Yes, I'm home. Oh, the
Yeah.
camera. Sorry, I'm using my phone. I forget it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. And especially when you're, typing, if you don't want to, want the camera show that angle of your face, that's fine to close that camera. That's fine. But yeah, it's good to see your
Good to
face.
see you too,
Yeah.
teacher.
Yeah. Are you clear with our task right now?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, I just found an issue. That's why I have seen your puzzle phases, because I failed to share my screen. This is what I wanted to show everybody. I'm sorry about that. So I have to stay everybody at the page of the sample there. Yeah, next time if you feel confused, like teacher, I don't know what you're talking about. Mister, I don't know what you're talking about. Then I'll probably realize that I just failed to share the screen.
Because I didn't see, but everybody looked like they know what to do, and they think, okay, I don't want to ask.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, it hasn't been a long time since I finished my university life. So when I was a student, I was like, that looks weird. I don't think that's right, but no one is saying anything. Is that I'm stupid or?
Yes.
So yeah, I understand. But yeah, just feel free, or you can just type to me privately if you find anything wrong. That would be an alternative.
Good, thank you.
Thank you. And for those who have done got your ideas, this is what we missed. This is what I wanted to show everybody. So informal contraction, and this is the first two paragraphs. This is the contraction.
Contraction.
Yeah, and this is the slang heaps.
I mean your sickness, not you. I correct myself.
Yes, that's a good example of using this expression, Sarah. Very good. But just some wording issue. Say, because you see the doctor.
As your sickness. That's what I'm
Yeah, I mean,
saying.
I was thinking about this word as. As can be used as because, right? And it's okay to use it in informal letters, but we often say because that's more informal.
Yeah.
Yeah, just let you know that. So
Yeah.
we in the formal letters, we tend to use as instead of because.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the thing. But in informal letters, I think most of people just say because. Or when you're writing an informal letter, you can even say cuz. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's more like an internet slang or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And your sickness,
yeah.
if you turn that to your, that makes sense. That's grammatically correct, but the meaning is a bit ambiguous because it's not the sickness has got better. If the sickness got better or the virus get better, that means they get stronger. It's that you get better. You haven't get better. You haven't got better.
Oh yeah.
Right?
It really makes sense. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I understand. That's probably because of your mother tongue. What is your mother tongue?
Khmer, Cambodian.
Cambodian. Yeah. Yeah. So it's probably because how your language formed the sentences. Yeah. I think
because you haven't got
I
better
totally
yet.
understand that.
Yeah, okay. Because you haven't get or got.
We haven't got.
Haven't got. Yeah.
Haven't got or haven't gotten. That's two ways.
Okay. Either is correct, right?
Yeah, but they're both correct.
Yeah, they're both correct. Yeah, yeah. Because you haven't got better yet. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. And cans. Let's see.
Teacher, I just correct my sentence. You can just use like the sentence
okay, yeah.
below.
Yeah, I found it.
Yeah, because I didn't see you say it clean, so I just hear about what I hearing, so I just type.
I think it would be a good idea if you finish your homework earlier so you can go to bed on time. Again, this is grammatically correct. Very good. Very good example using the expression. But I think we don't often say go to bed on time, because when you say on time, it sounds like there is a arrangement or a schedule. Yeah. Well, if someone wants himself or herself to go to bed exactly at 9 o'clock, that makes sense. But if it's not the case, you could just say go to bed earlier. Yeah.
Because I used it earlier already, so I might need to do like.
Yeah.
I will just repeat one more time.
Good. Okay, next one. This is. I think it would be a good idea. Don't miss the words, Dizzy.
Okay.
Yes. I think it would be a good idea if you stop drinking too much. Yeah, exactly. And Dizzy used a good example here. I want to say, when means you intake the liquid, right? You can drink water, you can drink juice, you can drink any liquid. But when drink comes alone, it can mean you drink alcohol. So this sentence is a good example to show how you drink. So for example, if people ask you, do you drink? That means if you drink any alcohol. Yep. Hard to get before 2. I think it would be a good idea if we book our ticket before 2 months of our trip. Okay, good example, Marina. Just a bit of the order. 2 months before. 2 months before. So see, this is let's say 2 months is the detail for before, right? What I mean by detail is that if you take the detail away, the whole sentence still makes sense. So see that? Before our trip, right? So that makes sense. And you're adding the detail. When you're adding the detail, add it before the word before. So 2 months before. Before our trip. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Next one. Again, don't miss the word that you. A good idea. A good idea. I think it would be a good idea if you don't stop school when you yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Good. But I think if I were you, I'll probably say, it would be a good idea to not quit school when you are young. Yeah. And values sentence shows a good example of using contraction, right? Can I get anyone to find a contraction? Let me see. Marina, can you find a contraction in value sentence?
In my sentence.
No, in this one.
I think it would be a good idea if you don't stop school when you are young.
Yeah, can you find a contraction?
I don't stop school.
So don't
Stop.
Don't is the contraction. Can you find another use of the contraction? No. Here's the secret. The contraction.
Can't.
Your.
Yeah, that's your. So here's the secret. The contraction always comes with the apostrophe, like a little comma in the air, not down to the ground, in the air. That's called apostrophe. Well, even look the same, but they're called differently. I don't know why. I don't know why it's like, and especially a big word, but that's English. So don't stands for do not. Do not. Your stands for you are. Right? So it's good, it's fine to use the contractions in informal letters. So good example value. Good job.
Yes.
And who's next? iPad. Who's this? Ah, Tam. Hi, Tam.
Oh, sorry, teacher, I'm not really my really name.
That's okay. Okay, just give me a sec. I'm gonna do some attendance.
Oh, the alcohol. Sorry ต้องเป็น the no
All right. I think it would be a good idea. Okay, same issue, Tam. Don't miss any words. It would be a good idea if you don't drink. Yeah, you're right. Alcohol is uncountable, so we don't count it. We don't say an alcohol or alcohol. So that's right. Yeah, that's a good suggestion. Definitely a sincere suggestion to people who you know. That's good. I think it would be a good idea if you don't drink alcohol when you drive. Excellent. Yeah, that's it. I think that's for everybody. All right. Yeah. And George is on the way home. Andrea as well. So that's okay if you don't come up with any answer. Sutor, you there?
Yes.
Yeah. Can you type at the moment?
Teacher, I'm sorry. I'm going home now.
Okay. No worries. So yeah, just find a time as long as you can answer the questions.
Yes.
I just want to make sure you are following. Good. All right, so this is how we use the expression to make suggestions to your friends or familiar people. Okay, ready? We're going to look at the next one. All right, it's a combo. It's a combo. So after you say some general idea, you can give some further advice. For example, what you can do exactly. Let's go, why don't you? Why don't you? Okay, so in some of your native language, your mother tongue, it probably sounds like offensive. Like, why don't you? Something like a rhetorical question. But in English, this is not offensive. This is, so the way you ask the question is to show a strong opinion. So like, why don't you just try this? Why don't you just move on? Why don't you this, why don't you that? So this is a further way to give advice. For example, all right, I'm gonna move it to the next page. So this might be in a context that your friend sent a email to you saying that he or she has been depressed, very, very sad, anxious. He or she has to pay the bill and there's so much pressure from the work. So you are giving advice. Then you can say, why don't you take a break from work? Why don't you take a break from work? So take a break from work is your suggestion. What you think is good to do. Or you could say, this might be from when your friend is complaining about his or her roommate. The roommate keeps making noise. I don't know if any of you have this similar experience. Like,
Or playing too much PlayStation sometimes.
what was that, Desi?
Or sometimes playing too much PlayStation with the friends.
Oh yeah. So have you ever met this kind of roommate before?
My brother, when he was living with me here, oh my God, all day.
Yeah. Anyone has the similar experience? Anyone else? I had the roommates. He has a cat, but he didn't really deal with the cat well. So I always help him feed the cat and take away the cat litter, so that which is really stink. So yeah, I think we many of us have got some similar experience. Yeah, so the situation is that your friend has been talking about the roommate and you are giving advice. You think it's good to sit down and talk. So you could say, why don't you have a conversation with them? Why don't you have a conversation? So have a conversation, like talk about something. Have a conversation with them is a advice. So you can start your suggestion with this expression. Any questions so far, everyone? Good. Okay, now, again, you're going to write your own sentence and put it in the chat box. Why don't you pay your bills online? Good example, Dizzy.
Thank you, teacher.
Nothing wrong. Perfect. Sarah, your sentence sounds like you are tired of a friend who's always asking questions. Why don't you just ask the professor?
Not me.
Yeah.
No, but sometimes when you helping them, but then it seems go nowhere, and you don't want to put yourself in trouble sometimes.
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
because as much as a close friend or family you want to have, but stay away from trouble would be a good idea too.
Yeah, because you at the end of the day, you're the one to blame.
Sometimes I could get stressed myself too when I listen to people problem too much. Well, I hardly gonna straight away say it to them, but it's not nice. It's not nice, but you kind of absorb that into your brain when you're listening to a lot of stressful situations.
Complaints.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. And that's really my own principle. Like, I don't give too much suggestion to people because you have to take the responsibility.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay, next one. Why don't you have to see him?
Correct. I should say, why don't see him before you leave?
Okay.
Because it's like not right construction.
Yes. So why don't you see him
You are leave or you leave? You are
before
leave.
you leave?
Mhm.
Before you leave. Yeah. Good. So it sounds like to see someone who's important to this person.
Yes.
Right? Like a family or boyfriend, girlfriend, something like that. This one. Why don't you take a holiday with your family? Yeah, good. Good, Ken. Perfect. Oh, sounds like drama. Why don't you give him a chance to explain it? Yes, good example, Carol. I like that one. Next one. Oh, that's really warm, Tam. Good example. Is that something you want to talk to yourself? All right, just one thing. Back is not a verb. It's not an action. It's a preposition. So it gives more information to an action. So you could, for example, let's use go as an example. Go. You can go up, go down, go back, go forward, right? So the preposition is giving actions some more details. So, but they are not actions. They're not actions. They just give a direction.
Okay.
So you can say, why don't you go back to your hometown? to
Thank you,
your.
teacher.
You're welcome. All right, values. Okay, value. Can you explain what's the context? Is that because like, so pretend that you are a parent and you see your kid at home and you ask, why don't you go to school today? Is that your context? Are you giving advice? Yeah. Well, I mean, what's the context? Can you try explaining it? Like in what cases people say that?
Sorry?
So in what case would someone says this? Why don't you go? So is this giving advice? Value?
Yeah.
Yeah, then that's good. That's good. But just make sure you're giving advice, a suggestion, right? So it's not really asking.
Asking.
Yeah. I need to explain this, everybody. It's a fake question. Or more technically, we call it rhetorical question. So this is some question you don't really need the answer, right? You see the example here. Why don't you pay your bills online? You're not expecting someone to explain why. Because there's, because that. That's not what we want. It's a way to show your strong opinion. Yeah. So for example, if you talk about go to school, maybe a kid doesn't want to go to school, then you could say, why don't you, what's that? The kid doesn't go to school because the kid has some conflict, has some fight with another kid. Then you could say, why don't you talk to him? Why don't you ask help from teacher? This is giving suggestion, and you're not expecting, you're not looking for an answer, right? You ask the question. No, you don't. For answers. Even you're asking a question, you don't expect, you don't want any answer. It's just a way to show your opinion. I believe you say the same thing in your mother tongue, right? You use that to show your strong opinion. Okay, so that's the other thing. Does that make sense, Value? Yep.
Yes, I understand. Okay, thank you.
Okay, good. And lastly, we're going to try with a task, a writing task. Now, can I get Dizzy to read the prompt here for us?
Yeah, yes, teacher. You recently received a letter from a friend asking for advice about whether to go to college or to try to get a job. You think she should get a job? Write a letter to your friends. After it though, only the first part.
Yeah, keep go on.
Okay. Write a letter to your friends. In your letter, say why she would not enjoy going to college. Explain why getting a job is a good idea for him, her. Suggest types of job that would be suitable for him, her.
Okay, thank you, Dizzy. So Let's see. Nue, can I get you to read the task again for us?
You
You recently received
listen 3. Linking
a
with
letter.
a letter from a friend asking for advice about
Whether
to go college
Mhm.
or to try to get a job. You think he or she should get a job.
Yeah, that's it. Good. And now Nue, can you tell me which two decisions is the friend hesitating about? Which two things is the friend thinking about?
Sorry, teacher, I don't understand.
That's okay. So do you know what's the meaning of go to college? Do you know what's college, Nue?
No, teacher.
Okay, college is the adult education. So like university, college, that's where you study after high school, college. Yeah. And do you know what's the meaning of get a job? Get a job.
Teacher, maybe he doesn't understand เหนือหมายถึงว่าแบบว่าพยายามหางานอะเกี่ยวกับงานเหนือเขาถามว่าเหมือนประมาณว่าเหนือไปโรงเรียนใช่ไหม to go college mean like กับเหมือนมหาลัยเหมือนกับวิทยาลัยอย่างเงี้ย or to try get a job from a friend asking you mean like กับเพื่อนอะเพื่อนถามเหนืออย่างเงี้ยเข้าใจไหม
ยังไงครับ
คือเขาถามว่าถ้าเกิดว่ามีหนังสือมาจากเพื่อนแล้วเพื่อนถามว่าเหนือต้องการที่จะไปโรงเรียนวิทยาลัยหรือว่าพยายามที่จะหางานอ่ะเขาถามแบบนี้ประมาณนี้เกี่ยวกับเรื่องงานแล้วก็เกี่ยวกับเรื่องเรียนเดี๋ยวถ้าเกิดครูเขาถามมาอีกทีนึงเดี๋ยวพี่อธิบายให้ฟังโอเคนะเข้าใจไหม
ครับ
โอเคค่ะTeacher,
Thank you, Sam. Thank you for translation. Anyway, if you need any help, maybe you could text Tam. If it's really hard to understand, you can get some idea, especially some words, some meaning of the words. Thank you, Tam, again. So yeah, let's have Marina.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you explain what's the hard situation with the friend?
They explain for what?
What's the hard situation? Like, what is the friend thinking about?
Like I understand that if we get some letters from the friend, we need to give him advice to go to college or try to get a job. In this letter, we need to write down why we decided this. If you go to college, what's the reason that he don't should to go to college or try to get a job? Maybe it's like will be extra money and he can pay for college, something like that. Just give him advice in this letter.
Yeah, great. Awesome. Thank you, Marina. Tam, what do you think? If you were the person, let's just forget about this. Okay? Forget about this. just think about go to college or try to get a job? Which one would you advise?
I gonna advise to her. In my opinion, I think. Can I just pick whatever? If I pick some opinion, I have to explain why, right?
Yeah, just your own opinion.
I think just go to college.
Can you give me some reasons?
Because if you update your knowledge, you get more. You got a certificate, so you will get easy job. So maybe the job when you got the certificate for the job, so you will get the higher salary.
Yeah, definitely. Good idea. Thank you, Ken. Well, actually, I was asking Tam, but that's fine. That's fine. Tam, what do you think?
I don't know. In my opinion, I recommend both, and maybe you can find part-time job when you get college as well. You can learn and study for improve your knowledge, and you can find a job, part-time job for get money or make you more experience in the future when you finish study.
Yeah,
it is.
Good idea. Good idea. Just like some of our students in this class.
All of us.
You get education and job at the same time. Yeah, that's a good advice.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tam. Yeah. Nice. But unfortunately, this is not our topic today. Sorry, I don't mean not the topic, but not our purpose. Our purpose is to suggest this friend to get a job. Okay, so here's a list. We're going to brainstorm. Think about the reasons. First, everybody, please think about the reasons for getting a job. And then put your answer in the chat box. Why should this friend get a job? Yeah, good. Income. Okay. Marina, I think what you meant was save money.
Save,
right?
yes.
Save money.
For the future.
For the future. For the future, right? For the future. And if they get more money, then the friend can go to the university. Yeah, good idea. Definitely can. Good idea. Experience. Yeah. And the same as Tam's skills. So Tam, the combination with skill, we usually say get skills or learn skills. Yeah. add is just a way to say, let's say, put something in another thing or to another thing. And let me say additional things. So add would not be used with skill. Be more independent. Oh, good word. Independent.
Again, wrong, right? Independent. When
Yeah, which is a good, which is a similar idea as Saren's. So like financially independent. Working experience, good word. Carol, gain. Tam, you can check the chat box. It's another way to say get, but it's more formal. You could say gain, so G-A-I-N. Gain more experience, gain the skills, gain the knowledge. But again, it's kind of formal. So you don't want to talk to friends, say gain something, just say get. So get is an informal way to say gain. Have you heard of an idiom, not an idiom, saying, no pain, no gain? Yeah. Do you know what that is? Does anyone know what's the meaning?
Yes, but it's too hard to
How to explain?
To explain.
Yeah, sure.
It means when you want something, it's not always come in an easy way.
Yeah.
You have to sacrifice something, work hard, study hard.
Yeah.
To
just
achieve
like
your
right
goal.
now.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So if you don't experience any pain, you don't have any gain. So that's no pain, no gain. Right? Something extra to learn. Good. Okay, now reasons for not going to college. This can be a bit overlapped with the reasons for getting a job. Like you advise a friend to get a job instead of going to college. But you can also talk about some negatives of going to college.
Maybe can't forward it, can don't have the money to pay for it.
Yeah, you can put the answer in the chat box so I can see more detail. Right. So Ken and Sarah were saying the same thing, the waste of time. So you could say the waste of time, or it's wasting time.
Okay.
Wasting of time is just kind of, we don't say that.
Thank you. Yeah.
Right. And if we think further, if it's helpful or useful, we wouldn't say that's the waste of time. Right? The general reason is that sometimes it's not quite helpful. Yeah, so think about that in this way.
Mm.
Let me check Kara's. Don't. Oh, true. So Kara said, especially it's a waste of money if you're not interested in it.
Mm.
That's a true problem. Lots of people have this issue. Like, you haven't thought about your life. You don't know what you like. So you might waste time and money for something you would not do in the future. So that makes total sense. This is that he can't afford it. Oh, right. Some people cannot afford. Sorry, that's not bad. Forward, not afford. Forward. You can't forward it or long distance. So what you meant by that is probably Dizzy. You said something, the university or the college is in distance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Long distance, yeah.
Yeah, right. So takes long time to travel, right? Long time to travel. Yeah, good reason. Maybe this friend lives in a rural area or somewhere it's far from the college. Good examples. And there's another thing I want to say. It's good to learn. We called it the hand-on skills. This is many of the colleges or universities lack. After graduating from university, you might find you cannot use what you learned from there because universities or colleges, they don't teach you the hand-on skills, the practical skills, like what you need to do exactly at the workplace. So this is called hand-on skills. All right, and the last one. What do you mean by increased jobs research opportunities, Tam?
Sorry, teacher, I mistake something.
That's okay. Financial burden. Yeah, right. Burden means the pressure, financial burden. Good. Okay, last one. According to the task, you need to suggest some types of job. So, I think I'm not going to have everybody answer this part in the chat box. We're going to directly move on to writing this letter. So, what do we write first? George?
Hi.
What do you think? What do we start with at the beginning?
I don't understand, sorry.
Okay. What do we write at the beginning of the letter?
Right? Okay. But sorry.
So if you say dear, what comes next?
Dear. Creo.
Dear. Name. So that's the beginning of the letter.
Are we writing formal or
They are
informal?
zero.
Yeah.
Zero or or name.
Yeah, so just let you know that we need to write this at the beginning, George, dear, and the name. Okay, yeah,
Okay.
does that make sense?
Yeah.
Great. And that was a good question, Sarah. Dear is I would say that's really British way. Even write to friends, you could say dear.
Okay.
But you could also say hi.
Yeah.
Yeah, or hi. Hi, dear.
Sorry, I made mistake again.
What was that?
That was meant to be control and enter, but I press enter, so I send it to you.
Yeah. I see. No worries. So, dear, blah, blah, blah. This is the name. Then what can we write next?
The reason for writing.
Yeah, the reason of writing, the reading of writing this letter. So let's see the context. You have recently received a letter from a friend asking for advice about whether to go to college or try to get a job. So what happened before? Before, yes, Pam?
Background or reason.
The reason? Yeah, reason is definitely what we want to say first. But remember, you have received a letter from the friend. So the first thing, when you're replying a letter, right? The first thing to do, you could say, thank you for your letter. Yeah, this is what you always want to do when you reply something. Yeah, thank you for your letter. And I would probably say,
it seems
Okay,
like
stop.
you having a difficult time in making a decision or something.
Yeah, I mean, just keep
Okay.
the starter. We'll say it was great hearing from you. Yeah, so this is a starter at the beginning. Then that was a good advice, Sarah. You can show your understanding. So I would probably say it is certainly difficult or hard. Yeah, okay. This word hard, difficult, they are synonyms. Which one do you think is more formal?
Difficult is still formal.
Yeah, difficult is more formal. So you could just simply say hard. It's certainly hard. Certainly hard to decide whether going to college or getting a job. Okay, and
Excuse me.
now next, what do we do? Any ideas? Carol, what do you think? What can we say next?
I suggest you.
Suggestion?
Oh, yes, please. Suggestion.
Sorry, I can't hear you clearly. Can you?
Yes, make the suggestion for my friend.
Yeah, right. Good. So if you remember the sample text from last few weeks, there's an expression to show your opinion. You could say to my mind, to my mind. You might not enjoy going to college. Right, but of course we're gonna give the reason because. Okay, this is what you're going to write. The reason. The reason for not going to college. And then next paragraph. You're going to give advice about going to the college. Sorry, getting a job. I think it would be a good idea to, or if suggestion. And then some further suggestion. Why don't you right here, you're going to explain what kind of job this person should try. Lastly, you could say, I hope that'll help. Write back and tell me about all your news. And last, do we say yours sincerely, something like that? Too close? No, we don't. This is an informal letter, so we could say best wishes. Then the name. Signature. Okay, and today we're not going to finish writing this letter, just give you a rough idea about how to write an informal letter. And next time we're going to finish this for us to revise what we learned today. But to wrap up, I'll invite some of you finish this letter, finish the gaps by just speaking it out. Okay, so let's see. Value. So this one, it is certainly hard to decide whether going to college or getting a job. To my mind, you might not enjoy going to college because, can you give me a reason?
Because
here are some reasons.
what of money?
Yeah, because it wastes money. Good. Thank you, Value. Very good. And next one, Sutor. Oh, you're home.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you hear everything today?
Yes, sure.
Awesome. So next one here. I think it would be a good idea if or to. What would you say?
I think it would be a good idea if you go to work or get a job.
Excellent. Good job. Yeah. And all right, this one is going to be challenging. Tam, why don't you? Can you give a suggestion?
Teacher, I need a pass. I can't thinking now.
Okay, okay, that's all right. But that's good, guys. Tam just showed an example. If you don't know if you don't know the answer, just say I don't know. Can you ask somebody else? That's fine. That's fine. You relaxed in our class. What about Sarah? What do you think? Can you turn on your microphone?
Why don't you looking for a job in retail?
Ah, right. Good suggestion. Why don't you look for a job in retail? Yes, retail is, well, I would say it's a good start for the career and everybody can do it. Yeah. retail, hospitality. Good. Okay. So that's all for today. We have learned how to write informal letters. And just to quickly recap. Dizzy, can you tell us something, one thing you learned today?
Yes, teacher, I learned today how to using sentences, why don't you? Or it was very helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Dizzy. Let's see. George, can you tell us what you have learned today? One thing you have learned today?
I learned today new words.
New words.
New words. Later. Form later.
Informal letter. Yes. Thank you, George.
Thank you.
Was that fine for you? So, because I noticed sometimes it's hard, right? Could you understand something?
Okay.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah. Let's see. Sutor, can you tell us one thing you learned today?
Yes. Today I learned like the verb, like a compression. It's very important.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Sutor. Good.
Yes.
So, yes, you don't just write letters to, let's say, the boss, managers. We also write email or letter to
Can you
friends.
get mommy purse?
So this is some
Anh
ideas
bác Việt bông
you
chôn.
can use in the informal writing. And what I mean by letter is sometimes not just writing letter or email. It can be
get my
texting,
purse, Alex?
right? So this
Hi,
is
bông
what you can
chôn.
write.
I think in my room.
Yeah, that's
Hi,
all
bông
for
chôn.
today. Thank you, everyone.
Cho
Thank
xong rồi.
you. Thanks for coming in. I will see you
Thank
next
you,
week.
teacher.
Bye.
Thank you, teacher.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
teacher.
Bye-bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye bye.